Lorne Greene, born Lion Hayman Greene on February 12, 1915, in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, was a remarkable figure in broadcasting, acting, and television. Known for his deep baritone voice and commanding presence, he became a beloved personality on both sides of the border. The son of Russian Jewish immigrants, Daniel and Dora Greene, Lorne was raised with a strong appreciation for culture, education, and perseverance. Initially pursuing a career in chemical engineering, he discovered a love for dramatic arts while at Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario. This passion would eventually define his distinguished career. Early life and education. Lorne Greene grew up immersed in the values and traditions of his family, shaped by the hardships and resilience of his immigrant parents. His early exposure to literature, music, and intellectual discussions fostered a lifelong curiosity and creativity. At Queen's University, he enrolled with the intention of studying chemical engineering, but soon found himself drawn to the Drama Guild. There, his talent for oration and performance became evident. Greene's experience on stage not only refined his public speaking skills, but also ignited a passion that would carry him from academia into broadcasting and, eventually, international fame as an actor. Rise in broadcasting. After graduating from Queen's University, Greene entered the field of broadcasting, a medium perfectly suited to his resonant and authoritative voice. He quickly became a prominent newsreader for the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, CBC, during World War II. His clear, commanding delivery of wartime news earned him the nickname, the Voice of Doom, though audiences respected his sincerity and gravitas. This period was pivotal for Greene, honing his ability to communicate both information and emotion. His work in radio laid the foundation for his transition into acting, as his voice became an essential tool that allowed him to command attention and convey complex feelings on screen. Transition to television and film. In the 1950s, Greene shifted toward television and film, taking on supporting roles that demonstrated his versatility. However, it was his casting as Ben Cartwright in the NBC Western series that made him a household name. Premiering in 1959, the show was among the first color broadcasts on American television, marking a significant shift in media consumption. Greene's portrayal of the wise and steadfast patriarch won audiences' hearts. He embodied integrity, compassion, and leadership, qualities that resonated deeply in an era of cultural change. His dynamic with his on-screen sons created one of television's most enduring family portrayals. Iconic role in Western television. Greene's performance as Ben Cartwright became a defining moment in television history. Across 14 seasons, he represented justice, moral courage, and fatherly guidance. His nuanced acting brought depth to a role that might have otherwise been one-dimensional. The chemistry with his co-stars, including Pernell Roberts, Dan Blocker, and Michael Landon, contributed to the series' success and emotional impact. Fans admired his ability to combine authority with warmth, offering viewers both entertainment and a model of virtuous leadership. Greene's work set a precedent for family-oriented television, influencing how heroism and familial bonds were depicted on screen for decades. Music and narration. Beyond acting, Greene had a notable career in music and narration. In 1964, he recorded Ringo, a spoken-word ballad that became a #1 hit on the Billboard Hot 100, telling the story of a gunslinger in his dramatic style. He also released albums spanning traditional ballads and Western-themed songs, showcasing his vocal range and artistic versatility. Greene's talent extended to narration, where his resonant voice enhanced documentaries and television specials. His ability to convey emotion, authority, and storytelling made him a trusted figure in media. Through music and narration, Greene strengthened his image as a multifaceted performer and a cultural icon. Science fiction and later television. In the late 1970s, Greene expanded his repertoire into science fiction, starring as Commander Adama in the original Battlestar Galactica series. His portrayal of the courageous and wise leader of a fugitive space fleet added gravitas to a genre often dismissed by critics. The role introduced him to a new generation of fans while highlighting his ability to convey authority and emotional depth across genres. Greene's work in science fiction, along with documentaries about wildlife and nature, reflected both his versatility and his commitment to meaningful storytelling. His presence elevated each project, blending entertainment with integrity and gravitas, philanthropy and environmental advocacy. Beyond entertainment, Greene was deeply committed to philanthropy and environmental causes. He co-founded an Academy for Radio Arts in Toronto, mentoring young broadcasters and actors, ensuring the next generation benefited from his expertise. He also partnered with organizations like the National Wildlife Federation, lending his voice to conservation campaigns. His television programs about wildlife combined education and passion, highlighting his dedication to environmental stewardship. Greene's advocacy reflected a lifelong commitment to both human and ecological communities. Through mentorship, public service, and environmental initiatives, he extended his influence far beyond television, leaving a lasting legacy of care and responsibility. Personal life. Lorne Greene married twice, balancing his personal and professional life with care. In 1938, he wed Rita Hans, a supportive partner who stood by him as he gained recognition in broadcasting. The couple had twins in 1944, enriching Greene's life as a father. Their marriage lasted until 1960, after which he married Nancy Deal in 1961, a former Hollywood public relations executive. Both partnerships influenced his personal growth and stability, supporting his evolving career in entertainment. Throughout his life, Greene emphasized the importance of family and fatherhood, recognizing them as grounding forces amid the pressures of fame and the demands of his work in media and acting. Remembering Dan Blocker, Greene maintained a lifelong bond with his co-stars, particularly Dan Blocker. He frequently spoke of Blocker's warmth, generosity, and hidden struggles, highlighting the humanity behind a public persona. Greene visited Blocker's grave, shared his memories with fans, and celebrated the integrity and humor that Blocker brought to his work. By honoring Blocker's life and challenges, Greene emphasized empathy and compassion, encouraging others to acknowledge hidden battles with understanding. His reflections on Blocker reinforced the notion that fame often masks personal hardship, and that recognizing the full humanity of others is a crucial part of both personal and societal growth. Legacy in entertainment. Lorne Greene's legacy spans decades of achievement in broadcasting, acting, music, and environmental advocacy. His ability to captivate audiences through voice, presence, and integrity made him a cultural icon in both Canada and the United States. From the early days of radio to the pioneering color television era, from westerns to science fiction, Greene's versatility set him apart. His mentorship, advocacy, and dedication to family strengthened his public persona. Today, he is remembered not only for his roles on screen, but for the lasting impact of his work in shaping media, mentoring young talent, and inspiring empathy and awareness in audiences around the world. Conclusion: Lorne Greene passed away on September 11, 1987, at age 72, leaving behind a legacy defined by talent, integrity, and compassion. His work in broadcasting, television, film, and music showcased an extraordinary range, while his commitment to family, mentorship, and environmental causes reflected a deep humanity. Greene's career was marked by versatility and gravitas, influencing generations of actors, broadcasters, and audiences. By sharing stories of colleagues like Dan Blocker, and through his own dedication to the arts and advocacy, Greene ensured that his voice, both literal and figurative, would resonate long after his passing, inspiring those who follow in his footsteps